Christian girlies, welcome to my channel. So today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. Yeah, can I get like a drum roll? Very interesting topic. And the topic is four Christian values, four boundaries or personal values that I can set for myself that would help me abstain from sex before marriage. So yeah, four four habits that can help me control myself before getting married. You know, we think it's easy. Many of us as Holy Spirit filled sisters of the Lord, it's easy to, keep yourself, right? This is where I'm coming from. When I say it's easy, when you are not in a relationship and you don't like a guy and yeah, it's pretty easy, right? I'm Holy Spirit with the Holy Spirit is inside of me. I read my Bible, I go to church, I'm tongue speaking, I'm a believer, so it's easy. Then where did the problem starts to come? The problem comes when a young brother comes in. Yeah. So when this fire and brothers come in, and now you are realizing that there are emotions that you never thought were there. So now that these emotions are here, what can we do to navigate it? What can we do to manage it? I am here. Yeah, that's the whole point and the whole essence of this video. So number one, the first thing I can do is personally, I feel as a Christian lady, if you want to maintain abstinence before marriage and no sex before marriage, the first thing you can do personally for yourself is abstaining from sexual movies. Yeah, I know sexual movies and books for those of us that like to read, right? This is very essential. This is very important because a lot of us receive this garbage, and I've come to realize that the things you take in has a way of shaping your mind subconsciously, right? They have a way of shaping your thoughts and in the long term shaping your actions. You get so if you're giving yourself to this content, Bridgerton and yeah, I know there's some stuff out there, and sometimes you you don't go there in the hope of trying to like they're the rave, where you sit everywhere. So sometimes you can't even avoid those things, and you find yourself just taking those junks in and all that stuff, and you're wondering why your body's doing you tin. You get so one personal boundaries. It's not easy, but it's possible and it's doable. Is to watch the content you feed your mind, watch the content you feed your heart, watch the content you feed yourself daily, right? Be careful about those content. Be careful of movie. There are movies that are interesting and you enjoy. For those of us that love movies like me, so what I do is I ensure that okay, I do a research about my movies because those stuffs are everywhere. They're everywhere. So I ensure I do like a little bit of research on the movie before I watch it to ensure that okay, the sexual contents are not there. You get, and you can still enjoy the movie. Don't believe that lie that they're not using one boy to whip this table or using the girl to whip there or all that kind of stuff. The movie will not be interesting. Yeah. So the first thing you can do personally is to watch the content you're watching. Watch the content you're feeding yourself. Secondly, this one is going to be a little bit hard or harsh, but no hugging or kissing. And yeah, and you're going to be like, are we in the 90s? Well, this is boundaries, right? Especially for those that are truly in a space where their hormones are reacting so fast, right? The second one is no hugging or kissing. Right? This is harsh, but it's a very effective way you get because you love this person, right? Um I'm not doing this out of I don't want you to have intimacy with your partner before marriage or anything, but I just want you to know that these things are prelude to the other things, right? They're prelude to the other things, and when you keep on doing these things regularly, you keep on feeding your brain and your body, and they will keep on wanting more. So the best way is to limit or reduce as much as possible because They are the pillar to the main thing. So no hugging, no kissing. And thirdly, very, very essential, communicate your values early. This is why I tell Christian sisters around me that if you know that you have this value system, it's hard, but there are still guys that believe in the same value system as you do, right? So communicate it very early at the beginning of the relationship. Don't shy away from it. These are conversations that we need to start having from the very, very, but on the talking stage. That's how we call it. This is the conversation we need to start having. Young man, okay, you're a believer, right? I'm a believer. So what's your idea on this topic? What do you think, right? Then you start knowing what this person think, right? So from the beginning, you are able to gauge. You're able to understand that okay, this is this stand on this topic. So you have to be able to communicate your value. Don't hide what you feel, right? Be vocal about it. You're a Christian girly and you believe in this things and you understand why. I don't think I should be explaining why you shouldn't have sex before marriage, right? So this video is not for that purpose, right? It's very important for you to communicate your values, express yourself from the very beginning, and make sure that the both of you are on the same page. And finally, see yourself as an act of worship. I tell people regularly, I tell everybody that you are not just a person walking on the earth. You are a living sacrifice. Right? Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and every time and every sacrifice and every service that you give is in honor of someone who you know, and is honor of someone you have seen personally, right? The reason why we do all these things is not because we don't have emotions or we don't have feelings or we don't want these things or our body doesn't crave these things, but beyond our craving, beyond our desire, beyond our emotions, we understand that there is a father, right? And there's a father that has created these rules and these laws not to break us but to protect us, and we are doing this in honor of who that person is in our life. So see yourself, see your body, keep on seeing your body as a sacrifice, and in this period ensure that you spend time with the Holy Spirit. Very important. By strength shall no man prevail. Spend time with the Holy Spirit, spend time in his word, and worship him as much as possible. I believe worship is a very powerful tool we as Christian girlies can use. Worshiping God is very, very vital because there is this sense of, I don't know, there's this sense of fatherhood you receive when you worship God, right? You can be very, very, I don't know for anybody, but you can be very, very down. But after a worship session, a genuine worship session, personal encounter with your father, you get this relief, right? So in this season, I feel that it's a time for you to worship him continually. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video. It's not going to be long. I'm glad you stayed to this point. And if you have stayed to this point, please do not forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like this. Bye.